Hi everyone, welcome to episode 10 of Use It or Lose It. I know I didn't do a video last week, but as my room's kind of getting organized and I'm using stuff, I'm kind of running out of things to do for Use It or Lose It. But I came up with one for you guys this week, and it is embossing folders. This is just a couple of the embossing folders that I own. I know it's like an addiction. You get in the store and you look at them and you see all the awesome textures and patterns, and you just want to get your hands on them. So, and I have a couple new ones that I just bought in the States last week, which I haven't even posted that whole video for you guys yet. But what I decided was I was going to make some fast and easy cards using my embossing folders. So I'm just going to put these off to the side. I'm not going to show you all the embossing folders I have, but I have a lot. So I decided to take this Recollections craft cardstock and I cut it down into panels. And my panels are 5 1/4 by 4. So this is the size, and basically I did it so that it would match a A2 card. So these ones are not embossed because they're for the insides of the cards. And then these ones I have already embossed with all my embossing folders that I picked. And I do have a couple, these ones here, this one's really messy. What I did was I took the My Favorite Things Sweet Tooth pigment ink and I ran it across the raised portion of the embossing folder. So let me find one of the ones that I used just to show you guys. This is this one here. So I took the raised side and I gently rubbed the embossing folder, and that's why this one's a little messy. I was pressing a little bit harder and pouncing it, and then place the piece of paper in and close it and run it through your I want to say Cuttlebug because that's what I have, your die cut machine, and that will give you a somewhat printed pattern. So I did a couple of those, just a couple, and then these ones I'm going to decide if I'm going to leave them as they are or rub some ink on them. But I'm going to take all of these and put together some quick and easy cards to share with you guys. So I will be back. Okay, I am back, and I have to say this is probably one of my greatest accomplishments that I have had since starting the Use It or Lose It series. So I have finished 13 cards in 2 days using embossing folders, die cuts that I just have lying around, or I did punch some with my border punches, but also stamped images that were already colored. So remember in a previous video I showed a ton of stamped images that I had colored up, and I tried to make cards with them and I really didn't get very far, but this time I'm very proud of myself. So I have 13 cards. I will show them to you one at a time. So this is the first one that I actually completed, and this is where I was headed in the first place with these cards. I actually had colored this resist paper with gelatos, and I do have a video of this, so if I have time I'll attach it to the end of the at the end of this video, because I was making some tags with this paper that I was going to use on these cards, and then I ended up not doing it because a lot of it was adding in gold foil, and I don't really have a lot of gold foil paper, and I didn't really want to use it all up. So, but I did start with this one. So what I did was I took the stitched mini scallops from MFT, and I used a circle die to cut out the middle and make a frame with it. And then I hand cut my own banner, and I stamped the We Got This. And this is from a Simon Says Stamp Inside and Out stamp set. So I think I did them out of order. I have We Got This, and then on the inside, Everything Will Be Okay. I think it's supposed to be Everything Will Be Okay on the outside, and then We Got This on the inside, but whatever, it works. And then I just have some really fine gold thread that I wound up and placed underneath the die cut. I've wound it around the top a little bit now because the edges are sticking out, but so that's a close-up of the the actual embellishments. So really fast and easy. I just put it on a pre-cut card that I had done in a previous Use It or Lose It video. And this was one of the embossing folders that I had rubbed the ink on the embossing folder before I ran it through. So it's got a nice clean white to it. This one, another one I also really love. I have a whole bunch of these monkeys that I colored up still left over. And this was actually a square of patterned paper that I had from when I made those little square monkey cards. So I just cut it off on an angle, inked the edges in Salty Ocean, stamped the thanks a bunch, and this one is like a circle embossing folder. I added the bananas for the thanks a bunch, and then on the inside I just used my kraft ink and stamped with the monkey that's eating a banana. So that's that one. And then these two kind of match. Excuse me. I had these images, they're from MFT. They were colored up with Peerless watercolors long time ago and have been sitting in my stash. So this one is a feathered embossing folder, and I rubbed the white ink on top after I had glued it to the card. So it still turned out really good. I just took a strip of craft cardstock and stamped Happy Birthday, and this is from CC Designs, and bordered it with some gold washi tape. She is up on foam tape, and then on the inside it says, "Hooray, it's your special day." Again, with this one, this was the one that was done with the ink on the embossing folder first, because it's down on the inside. Exact same thing, but she's popped up and the strip is just glued down, and hooray, it's your special day. And then these three were kind of matchy-matchy. These were the ones that I used the border punches, and I used the same confetti cardstock that I used for the cards, and then I used some of my washi tapes. So this one is just a gold one, and these are the dies from the Greeting Farm, the Sparkle, Shine, and Smile, and I cut them out in some glitter paper. I actually had these already cut out from when I was doing the unicorn card. And then I just added some gold foil hearts and some sequins. There's blue, and then there's the really tiny white ones. And then this one, it's kind of hard to read. It says, "Always thinking of you," or "nearly always," maybe 86.3% of always. That's why I did smile on that one. So that is part of the Inside Out stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. This one says Shine. Again, the same embellishments. And then on the inside it says, "You're amazing. One day I'll catch up, but remember you were amazing first." Super cute. And then this one I rubbed the ink over the top. I really wanted to bring out the pattern on this embossing folder. I really like this one. So I have the sparkle and then all the little embellishments. And again, I used the "You're amazing" on the inside. And then these three are more border ones. So again, I punched out the border with Martha Stewart border punches and used some of my gold washi tapes that I have. This is a Greeting Farm image. I want to say Fleur. I can't remember her name, but she has been sitting colored up for quite a while. And this one I just left blank as like a note card. This one with the Swiss dots, I rubbed the ink. You can kind of see it's a little messy. So I rubbed it over top after. These little owls are from Paper Smooches, and they were colored up on watercolor paper with the Peerless watercolors. Again, this one's a note card. And this one has the feathers. I just didn't put any ink on it. And these guys do have glossy accents on their eyes already. They were sitting like that in my bucket. And then the last three were with stamped images. So the first one is a Greeting Farm Cheeky Geeky. So I just used the congrats. Now you might not be able to see, I added Wink of Stella to the rays from the embossing folder. And she has glossy accents on her glasses and just popped up, and it's a note card. I figured this would be good for someone who just finished a course or for the end of the year or something like that. This is my favorite. These three guys have been stamped out and colored since I first got the Mama Elephant set that has these stamps, and they already had the "You're cute, you're awesome," what they said. So I just cut a grassy border out of some patterned paper and inked up the edges. I added in a little gold foil heart. And this is a new one that I just got from the States. It's hard to tell, but the dots are smaller on the edges and they get bigger as they go into the middle. So they meet in the middle. And this one again is just a note card. And lastly, it's another sunburst. This one is straight directly in the middle. The other one was offset a little bit. And I used the gumballs that were colored up with Peerless watercolors. And I added a banner with some pattern paper that was just sitting on my desk saying, "You're so sweet," with the little gumballs. That's it. So 13 cards finished in 2 days. Super awesome, super proud of myself. All using embossed backgrounds. Super fast cards. All right, so leave a comment, subscribe, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so I have the piece of resist paper from Recollections Color Crush Collection. This is just the 6x6 size, and I am just coloring straight on the paper with my gelatos. And you can see the bottom right hand, I already tested it out, and I wanted to do the rest of the paper also. So at first I just rubbed it in with my finger just to push the color off of the gold mostly and to help move it around. And then I have my water brush and I am just adding some water and smooshing it around. Be very, very careful. If you add too much water, this paper does pill. So I did notice that it was pilling. I used my paper towel to wipe the water and the excess color off, and I could see little pieces of paper that was coming off with it. But it didn't ruin the paper. It still had, I don't know, it wasn't ruined. You couldn't really tell where the paper had come off, but I just had little pieces sticking there. And someone did mention that to me, that they used too much water and it pilled. So just be careful. So that's pretty much it. Just gave some nice ombre color to your resist paper.